Set share web. Hi guys. I may have to put this on instead. Okay, so let me put this on. Tell me if you hear me now. Tell me if you hear me now. So I'm assuming you could hear me now. Do you hear me now? Put a one. Now that I wasted 8 minutes. Do you guys hear me now? Put a one in chat. Yes. Okay. So I'm just gave you guys a little bit of minute, and obviously, um, I'm at that point where I'm going to be doing live interviews. I'm coming on because I've been given a gift of information and a gift of how this world literally has come to where they have come. And that is through hatred, it's through bullying. We have been taught to separate our differences. We're being taught to be mean to others that are not the same as you. I've been given a gift to show you exactly what I've been talking about on YouTube. YouTube is supposed to be a platform for freedom of speech. It's supposed to be a platform for freedom of expression. For no matter who you are, what color you are, doesn't matter what race you are, what politics you cover, what platform of information you use. It's a platform to allow people to be themselves, to live their true self. For some reason, we've got a couple, maybe more, a handful of YouTube creators that are showing their true colors. And when that happens, I don't come back with bullying. Like, yes, I'm an old lady. Yes, I am older, but that's even worse for the person doing it. It's downright mean and it's cruel. If you don't agree with what I'm saying and you think it's rude that I asked Gabby Petito's cousin a question, my answer to that is, why don't you go do it the way you want to do it? Why don't you go and do that and ask the way you want to ask? Because somewhere in there, you're angry that I was even there. You don't know me, right? And how is it that you could be angry that I was there and I did what I did when you don't know me? It's a form of freedom of speech, you see. And your anger and your meanness is exactly what this world is being built on right now. That's exactly why we're in the situations that we are right now. It's because people are using a platform to show hatred instead of saying, listen, this lady has a difference of opinion. I get it. It's not my cup of tea, but I think it's rude, but that's my opinion. But you know what? She did get an amazing answer. She did get her cousin to say, the tribal leaders have not called her. That's the part you didn't play. The tribal leaders never called them. So somewhere in the lives of these YouTube creators, they were taught I should say, were not taught back in kindergarten how everyone is equal and how everyone deserves to be on this face of the earth and do what they love and find their passion. And nobody has the right to bully them. But somehow, somewhere, that wasn't taught to these people. And they're using the platform to be really mean. I love what I do. I was born with certain things, and you know what? The things that I was born with are not comfortable to me. They're very uncomfortable. It's very difficult to have what I have. And you know what? I fucking hate it many of the times. I hate it because it interferes with a lot of things I do that become not nice. And I get it. I get it. Yes, this is me. I get it. It took me, if you listen to my videos, for those that are new, if you listen to the videos, those that are new, you'll see it took me years until I was a fucking old lady, is correct, to completely accept what I do.
Use any lane to take the Illinois 19 East Rim.
And then it reminds me of how far I came when I hear people like you bully. Because it reminds me of when I was a child. I hear the voices of the people around me as a child, and I had to teach myself what bullies were all about. And I had to teach myself how to be okay with it, you see. So by you doing what you just did, brought me back so many years, right? And it reminded me how far I have come. I've come really far to not allow people like you to get into my heart and soul of what I love to do. You may not understand it. You don't have to understand what I do. You don't have to like my approach. You don't have to like how I did it. That's the difference between people. Guess what? You probably don't like people that are black. You probably don't like people that are Indian. You probably don't like anyone that is different than you. You're probably the person who, you know, makes and draws their opinion on someone before you know them, before you really go and know them. You did it to me. Oh, I'm going to go. I never worked for anyone it's so childish. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, you just wait. So go ahead. Make your platforms. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel better. I know better. I'm a better person than that. And this is a perfect, amazing lesson for others to listen to and to use this platform for good. You gave me that opportunity to show what this world and this country has come to. Seriously, you have. So that I thank you for. I thank you for showing your true colors and for showing why our country is exactly where we are today because of people like you speaking so meanly instead of trying to understand that person. Do you understand deep down within the child in me, was crying because it took me years
At the light, turn right onto
to
Dennis Lane
overcome
River
people
Road,
like
North
you.
River Road.
And it hurts really bad.
Continue on Dennis
It's
Lane
not
River Road,
it's not
2
funny
miles.
because if I wasn't strong enough and I haven't come as far as I have,
Continue on
that's
Dennis
when
Lane
people
River Road
commit
for 2 miles.
suicide. They harm themselves. That's what happens on YouTube all the time. All the time. And it does. It puts tears to my eyes. These tears that are coming down my face are not fucking fake. Those are tears of truth of what I'm speaking. Because everyone has a child within themselves. Mine feels exactly what you did to me. You punched me in the stomach. But I have learned to overcome it. You see? But not everyone in this world has learned to overcome it. You're creating a horrific platform for people to do harm. For people to do harm. And it was very sad to me. I wasn't really quite sure how I was going to come up here and what I was going to say. But what was very clear to me, I'm not old. I am old. What is very clear to me is it gave me a gift from God, a platform to speak on. Now, you may take this and run with it. I'm talking to a handful of you, not just one person. I'm talking to the handful of you. You could take it and run with it, but ask yourself a question. Who are you? Who are you? Look in the mirror and you ask yourself, who are you? Is this who you've become? Or is this someone you've been your whole life? Were you taught this? Is this how you were raised? When someone, when somebody, how I say, when somebody lives through a situation that's so horrific and so hard to live through, and it hurts, and you get abused and you get beat up, and it's just so bad, you have a choice what to do with that. You could reteach that anger, or you could take it and funnel it into good. And that doesn't mean taking someone like me and ripping them apart to prove your point of who you are. We see who you are. Everyone just saw it. We just saw who you are. You did it, but you didn't only show who you are. You showed exactly the platform I've been talking about for 3 years that I didn't know existed here. I didn't know that YouTube, I didn't call that ignorance and call that blinded, but holy shit, I've been talking about this. And it finally happened to me so I could use it as the platform to show you guys what goes on here. And it's not right. And it's not nice. And it's just downright cruel. And this is the reason we are who we are today. This is the reason that people are fighting in the streets. Because there's separation. And by people using freedom of platform to separate instead of bring us together, this is what we get. We get me having to come on here and talk about it in a way that I know better. I know better. I know better. And let me tell you something, even when I sit here and think about when I was a child, my tears come up because it does hit, like, it hits me. And it makes me sad because I have that within me from years ago. You see, it's not like, oh, I just don't hear what he said. No, I sat on it and I listened to it because I cannot grow from something unless I allow it to go within me, unless I allow it to sit. You know, when you say you have to sit in your shit in order to grow? I did that because I needed to, in order to really understand what kind of gift is being placed in front of me. Because it's not about me asking, I'm smarter than that.
Quarter mile. Slight right onto North Fifth Avenue.
It can't be. It can't be. And it can't be about these guys. I mean, because it never is. It's always about you. So when you think something is about somebody else, when you react, you're looking at yourself. There's something about that people hate because they hate that within themselves. Now I understand not everyone's going to understand what I'm talking about, right? That's okay too. But what I'm telling you is I live my truth the best that I can.
Slight right onto North Fifth Avenue.
And I don't always like it. I don't. But I have learned to love myself
Continue on North
no
Fifth
matter
Avenue
what
for 1
comes
mile.
through. I've learned to trust it and I've learned to use it for good. I use it in intensive care. I use it in hospice. I get calls to help people get raised into the light. I use it to do readings and I use it for the missing children. I've never used it for this kind of a platform until it was shown to me by Summer Moon Wells. Take it or leave it. It fucking was. And that makes people uncomfortable. That, oh, yes, it was shown to me. And you know what? It was shown to me. And you know what? Everyone in my small group of people that know me know that's what happened. They know the truth about me. They've seen it. They've seen me in action. You see,
In a quarter mile,
it
turn left
takes
onto Illinois 63.
it takes a lot of courage, you guys, to live your truth. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. And that's okay. And sometimes you're going to come across a bully, like a handful of bullies. Learn to stand in your truth and not allow them to knock you down. Because it's not about you when a bully comes in front of
At the
you.
light, turn left onto Illinois 64 East.
It just isn't. And that's a very deep thing to understand because people that don't are those that actually cause harm. They do mass shootings. They kill themselves. They set fires. They beat people up. This is where we are in our country. So that's what I wanted to say today. Because I made myself sit. There was like 3 different channels and watch and listen and watch every one of the comments that came through chat. And all it did was remind me of how far I've come, how mean people could be. And it wasn't just in kindergarten, it wasn't just on the campgrounds. It's now. In my age, at this time, it's still there. And it really gave me the opportunity to understand it will always be there. Why? Because people are filled with hatred. And that is where our world is. And guess what, guys? is not getting any
In a
better.
quarter mile, turn right onto Illinois 171 South, north.
It will never, in my lifetime, it will not get better because the social media platforms have allowed this. YouTube
At the light, turn right onto
has
Illinois
allowed
171
this
South,
to happen.
First Avenue.
They don't stop it. TikTok, this is allowed. There's no difference between what just happened to me after CrimeCon to what a kid faces on a playground. There's no difference. And it makes me super sad inside, but it also gives me the opportunity and the platform to speak. And you watch them, and you listen to them. You make your decision. You make your decision if you think that that is correct. I don't care. I just know that it took me years to be okay with it. If you guys are okay with people acting that way, where most of you will be, then question yourself, how did I get here? What gives you the right? What gives you the right to use such nasty words towards someone you don't even know and towards a human? A human just living their truth and being in their passion of what they love to do. It doesn't. Don't fucking listen to me. I say it all the time. Change the channel. Change the channel. Or don't. Or go onto someone's platform that is filled with nasty stuff. Turn off your YouTube channel and embrace how you feel. Do you feel happy? If you feel like you're happy and filled with, oh my God, I'm ready to go, like, fuck this world. This is so fucking awesome. You know, he just really fucking nailed that bitch. Oh yeah, she's such a fucking psycho. Fuck her for doing that. Really? Then you take all of that anger and you're bringing it out into the world every day. That's what just fueled you up. You were fueled up by that. And you're like, yeah, she's a psycho fucking bitch. I watch her all the time and she's crazy. And then think about how you feel. Ooh, oh my God, did that feel so good? That's about you. It's not about anybody else but you. You needed that. You needed that. You needed to fill your cup. I'm not here to fill your cup. You fill your own cup. I'm here to tell you that these children are being sacrificed. These children are being taken and they're being sacrificed. There are many people, and guess what? I heard one lady come on and say, I was sacrificed. I was one that was I lived this. He was nasty. He almost called her a liar. How do you think that person feels? To be called a liar. Maybe she doesn't have the love within herself yet. Maybe she went and killed herself because she wasn't being heard. And that's the reason that she goes on YouTube to be heard, because it's a freedom of speech. It's a platform for people that a lot of people don't have anyone else to talk to. And they want a safe haven. Well, there are certain channels. Don't you dare go in there. No, you don't. What came out of CrimeCon is going to be used for the good of the children. Because I know it makes people uncomfortable. Or they don't want to hear the truth, or they're part of the truth and they don't want it exposed. Maybe they don't want it exposed. Because somewhere in their world, it's going to turn their world upside down. Why is that person getting angry that I'm playing a snip of, Gabby Petito's cousin saying, tribal leaders didn't even call them. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. The video I'm going to play, I'm just going to play it over and over. And when you listen to Gabby Petito's cousin saying what she said, that is the piece you're not going to hear on other channels. That is the piece that I said nobody is going to talk about. That's why I'm here on YouTube, to bring justice and to bring the information nobody will talk about. And that is bringing justice to children. It's the children's story, you guys. That's why I'm here.
Continue for 1
Because
mile.
I don't have no fucking idea why I saw it and it was channeled, because I didn't live through that. My life's pretty boring, and it's pretty good, and I'm covered with love over here with people who love me and I love them. I've been fortunate enough that, you know, just before, COVID, she went through cancer. Try that. I went through the shooting that they're using a photo of me being in the mass shooting. I was really in it. I wasn't a bystander. I was in the middle of the bullets. I felt the bullets. The girl I was running with got shot in the face. One of my very good friends' fathers died. My other friend got shot in the ankle. So it's not like, oh, I live in the area. Okay, no, it's not. So those are real tough things to go through. I don't go through tough things when people talk about me. I'm using it to show you guys something. I'm showing you how far someone will go to protect themselves. How far someone will go and be a bully instead of looking within themselves. And how far they will go to not speak about the truth, to not speak about what's happening. Why do I give a shit? It was brought to me. I have no fucking idea why it was, other than I need to follow it. This information happens to be the story of the children that nobody's talking about. Why is it? Why is it that nobody wants to talk about the soundbite? Ask yourself that. They obviously have it because they're playing me, but they're not playing the other pieces. They just aren't.
In 1,000 feet,
There's a reason.
turn right onto North Harlem
There's
Avenue.
really a reason that they're not. That reason is within themselves. I don't give a fuck. All I know is people won't talk about it. And this is a perfect example of how far someone will go to not talk
At
about
the
it.
light, turn right onto North Harlem Avenue.
Seriously. I don't hide anything. I just come up here and speak it. I just speak it. Yeah, my mom. I don't care if you. I used to be a reporter. Like, I don't care. I'm going, as soon as my studio is set up, I'm going on live. And yeah, then I'll put some makeup on. But
In a quarter mile,
just
turn
be
right onto
smarter.
Rose Street.
Just be smarter than the one that is shoveling shit. Be smarter than the one that is filled with hatred and is spreading this throughout the country. Seriously, you guys. It's important. It's important to recognize why we're here in this situation in our world. You see. Okay, you have to give me a minute. Hold on. You guys have to give me a minute because I don't want to, again, get in a car accident.
Turn left onto Monroe Street, then turn
Here
right
we
onto
are.
South Maple Avenue.
Actually headed to Rush Hospital. Let's see. Is this Monroe? Yes. Hold on, you guys.
Turn right onto South Maple Avenue, and your destination will be on the left.
Hold on. Okay. I'm going to play this, and you will see hopefully what I'm talking about. Show windows. Hold on. I'm going to have to park. Oh, the things I've been doing in this freaking car. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let me flip this car around and park. All right, wait, you guys. Whoop. Hold on. This is definitely a smaller car than I was in. As soon as I park, I'm going to play it. And then I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment. Hold on. So to sum this up, I guess I can't tell anyone what to do. I could just come from my own heart, and I could come from where I sit and why I do the things I do, and to kind of help show people what's happening, what's happening here. So I want you to listen to this and understand that what came out of her mouth was the truth. This is the truth. So let me put it in here. Sex sharer website. So people know where to donate. Without the donations, we can't help and expand. We're working with the tribal lands, the missing, murdered, and indigenous. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Indigenous. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Indigenous. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out for them, not even one tribal leader. Sex sharer website so people know where to donate. Without the donations, we can't help and expand. We're working with the tribal lands, the missing, murdered, and
Share our website so people know where to donate. Without the donations, we can't help and expand. We're working with the tribal lands, the missing, murdered, and indigenous. Joe Petito was the only one that reached out to them, not even one tribal leader. Indigenous. Joe Petito was the only.
So, Joe Petito was the only one who reached out to them, not one tribal leader. Then she also says that they support the tribes. Listen.
One that reached out to them, not even one tribal leader. Indigenous. Joe Petito was the only one that.
Listen.
Share our website so people know where to donate. Without the donations, we can't help and expand. We're working with the tribal lands.
So, when they say they work with tribal lands and not one tribal leader has reached out to them, what do you think that means? What could that possibly mean? Not one tribal leader, and they support them. So, what is so secretive about this? Why isn't anyone talking about this? Question it, you guys. Question it. I live my truth to the best that I know. I give love to the best that I know how. And I was just given a platform to show you why this world is where it is today. Don't buy into it, because all you're doing is spreading hatred and spreading bullying. That's it. That's it. I live my truth. And I'm able to live it because I have a beautiful platform here with you guys. Right here at WCIA Network. I love you all. God bless you all. And I will be back later. Bye for now, guys.